The Blue Collar Bible, written by Cameron Bird. Narrated by Cameron Bird and Simone Feiler. Recorded and produced by Brisbane Audiobook Production.
Dedication. The Blue Collar Bible is dedicated to the men and women I have worked with during my 15 years in the construction industry. You know who you are. It is further dedicated to all the blue-collar studs around the world who get up every day before sunrise, work with their hands, get dirty, drink beers on Fridays, mentor apprentices, talk shit on the daily, and generally do hard yakka. To the boys and girls who wear high-vis, steel caps and hard hats. To those who nail timber, lay steel, pull wires, bend pipe and operate machines. Who lay slabs, plumb walls, build homes and erect towers. Who plaster walls, weld steel, and drill holes. This book is dedicated to those who call their lunchtime smoko, and to our unions. It's more than just an industry. It's our way of life. Chapter 1. Unhinged. I awoke in my bedroom in the Brisbane suburb of Clayfield after another undignified late night cruising in my 1989 bright red Toyota Celica. As my eyes fizzed open and I began to look around my bedroom, I couldn't help but notice I had three insistent thoughts. First, about a recent milestone in my young adult life, attending Schoolies Week on the Gold Coast. It was such an epic and crazy week that I wanted to do it all again next year, despite that making me an unfortunate toolie, an adult non-school leaver who gate crashes Schoolies Week. My second thought brought me crashing back down to reality. What was I going to do with my life? I had no job, I was living at home with my parents and 4 siblings, and had not a single cent to my name. I hadn't applied for university, not that my grades gave me any right, and had given zero thought to my future. These thoughts of self-satisfaction, contrasted by self-doubt, were replaced with a third thought that sat nicely in the middle, and that was the undeniable urge I felt to have a wank, as indicated by my severe case of morning glory. I looked at the apex in my bedsheets as if it held all of life's answers and said, "You and me, big fella, today we're going to break the record." That record happened to be 8 in one day, which was set on a not too dissimilar Sunday morning in boarding school only a few months back. Given enough commitment, I was now confident I could reach the low teens or even higher, if undisturbed, which drew my nervous eye to the bedroom door. If only I had a lock. Circumstances were certainly in my favour. I had no plans, a fridge and pantry full of food, and a magical clothes basket that, should my dirty clothes bother to find their way into, would see them come back clean and folded, and left long enough, return to their hangers and drawers. Ah, the beauty of living back at home. Except for the lack of privacy when my penis was involved. I glanced nervously at the door again. Life was good. Too good, and it was my duty to make the most of it. At that point, I couldn't think of a better way to offload the frustration and confusion my 17-year-old brain was feeling than by breaking my own masturbation record. This left me with one more thing to think about, which was ideal as I needed to conserve all my available energy for my big day. How far into the double digits am I willing to go? Should I aim high? Or should I be content with 10, leaving some room for further growth? I pondered for a second and decided that, until my cock gets red and sore as the inner thighs of a Biggest Loser contestant, I'm just going to go for broke. Besides, I reasoned, a mammoth effort today is surely going to help me get better at sex in the long run. Wholeheartedly agreeing with my own justifications, I reached under my bed and grabbed my porn magazines, the ones that hadn't been found and confiscated by my father, that is. He was a real card, my dad. He was a mechanical engineer by profession and obviously a clever dude. He was also an amateur detective with a sixth sense for tracking down any contraband that happened to reside under what he referred to as his roof. It was challenging to get anything past my father without him eventually finding out, hence my eyes constantly darting towards the door, fearing an ambush. It also meant I was always busy conjuring up ways to outwit him. A few years earlier, when I was in high school, I used to get invited to parties. Instead of asking for
Sample complete. Ready to continue?